Switzerland shines like a precious gem with majestic mountains, clear blue lakes, and villages as picturesque as a painting. Every step on this land feels like a journey into a fairy tale. From Grindelwald to Lauterbrunnen, visitors are immersed in the scenery of towering mountains and cascading waterfalls. Small wooden houses nestled at the foot of the Alps bring a sense of peace amid the vast nature. From Zermatt to Matterhorn, the beauty of the Valais region captivates the soul. The snow-covered peak rises proudly against the clear blue sky, while cogwheel trains take you through landscapes straight out of a painting. From Morcote to Bellinzona, the Ticino region shines with vibrant Mediterranean colors. Lake Lugano sparkles under the sun, surrounded by ancient castles and charming lakeside villages. Let's set foot in Switzerland, where beauty is not only seen, but felt with all your senses. One journey, countless emotions await you ahead. Haderkulm is a famous mountain overlooking the town of Interlaken in the canton of Bern, Switzerland. At an elevation of 1,322 meters, it is called the Balcony of the Jungfrau region because it offers panoramic views of Lake Brienz, Lake Thun, and the majestic Alps in the distance. The scenery at Haderkulm changes with the seasons, but is always spectacular. On summer days, a clear blue sky embraces the valley, and turquoise lakes sparkle under the sun, while winter transforms the place into a white, snowy world. In the distance, the three peaks of Jungfrau, Monch, and Eiger rise proudly, creating a breathtaking backdrop. What makes Haderkulm unforgettable is the Two Lakes Bridge viewing platform with a glass floor extending into the air. Here, visitors feel as if they are floating in the sky, gazing at mountains, valleys, and lakes all at once, an experience both overwhelming and poetic. Murren is a small village in the Bernese Oberland, canton of Bern, perched on high cliffs overlooking the Lauterbrunnen Valley. At an elevation of more than 1,600 meters, it is a car-free village, accessible only by cable car or mountain railway, giving it a sense of isolation and rare tranquility in the Alps. The scenery here feels like a fairy tale world. Narrow cobblestone paths lead past rustic wooden houses, geraniums bloom brightly on balconies, and the sound of cowbells echoes through the valley. In winter, snow covers the rooftops and transforms Murren into a white, peaceful village where time seems to stand still. Bern's charm does not lie in noise or excitement, but in its quietness and nostalgic atmosphere. It is an ideal place for those who want to escape the rush of life, find serenity among the mountains, and experience the Alps in their purest and most poetic form. Schilthorn is a mountain peak rising 2,970 meters in the Bernese Oberland, canton of Bern, famous for its 360-degree views of the entire Alps. It is considered one of the most spectacular viewpoints in Switzerland, displaying the Jungfrau, Monch, and Eiger peaks in their entirety, along with dozens of other snowy summits stretching as far as Mont Blanc and the Vaud. Schilthorn is also tied to popular culture. In 1969, it became the main filming location for the James Bond movie On Her Majesty's Secret Service. The revolving restaurant Piz Gloria, built on the summit, serves traditional cuisine while recreating the unique spirit of Bond World 007. What makes Schilthorn special is the experience of standing among the clouds. On one side are snowy peaks, on the other, a deep valley, all shifting beneath you as you sit in the glass restaurant. The mix of adventure and cinematic atmosphere makes this an unforgettable icon of the Bernese Oberland. Thun is a charming small city in the canton of Bern, lying on the shore of Lake Thun, with the Bernese Alps as its backdrop. With a population of more than 40,000 people, Thun combines the character of an old European town with the intimacy of a lakeside settlement, serving as the gateway between Bern and the Jungfrau region. The scenery here harmonizes water and mountains. Lake Thun lies calm like a giant mirror reflecting the Alps, while the turquoise Aare River flows through the heart of the city. Wooden bridges, ancient towers, and clear skies compose a picture both romantic and lively through every season. This lakeside city offers an experience both peaceful and vibrant. A morning walk in the old town, an afternoon watching the waves on the lake under sunset light, and evenings enjoying the lively rhythm by the riverside. Interlaken is a famous town in the canton of Bern, surrounded by the Bernese Alps. With its strategic location in the Jungfrau region, Interlaken has long been an important tourism hub, attracting visitors from around the world to discover the beauty of Switzerland. Here is uniquely distinctive. Emerald lakes sparkling in the sunlight, meadows stretching to the foot of the mountains, and in the distance, the towering snow-covered peaks of Jungfrau, Mönch, and Eiger. The harmony between calm waters and majestic mountains creates a scene that is both romantic and awe-inspiring. In Interlaken, visitors can enjoy adventurous sports such as skydiving, rafting, and climbing, as well as leisurely walks by the lake shore or sampling mountain cuisine. The blend of adventure and relaxation makes Interlaken an unforgettable stop on any journey through Switzerland. Bellinzona, the capital of Ticino, lies at a strategic location where the roads from northern Switzerland converge toward Italy. This small city is not bustling, but exudes majesty, closely tied to the most remarkable fortifications in southern Switzerland. Striking feature of Bellinzona is its three medieval castles, Castel Grande, Montebello, and Sasso Corbaro, recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. The walls, watchtowers, and stone paths guide visitors into a vivid historical tableau. Bellinzona is not only the city of castles, but also a stage for lively events. The most famous is the Carnevale Rabadan, one of Switzerland's best-known carnivals, attracting thousands of visitors who immerse themselves in its vibrant and colorful atmosphere. Wengen is a beautiful mountain village in the Bernese Oberland, set on a plateau overlooking the Lauterbrunnen Valley. At an elevation of nearly 1,300 meters, the village is accessible only by the Wengenalpbahn mountain railway, giving it a sense of seclusion and tranquility compared to the busier towns in the Jungfrau region. Nature around Wengen is like a lush green carpet in summer, when meadows covered with wildflowers stretch to the foot of the mountains. In winter, snow transforms the area into a skiing paradise, offering sweeping views of the famous Jungfrau, Mönch, and Eiger peaks, creating a rare and majestic landscape. When night falls, Wengen becomes quiet, with only the yellow glow of lights shining from wooden houses and a starry sky above the snowy peaks. This atmosphere feels like living in a fairy tale, where a slow rhythm of life blends with the eternal beauty of the Alps. Located near the town of Kandersteg in the canton of Bern, Oeschinensee is one of the most beautiful mountain lakes in Switzerland and is recognized by UNESCO as part of the Jungfrau Aletsch World Heritage Site. At an altitude of more than 1,500 meters, the lake is surrounded by steep cliffs and dense pine forests, creating a spectacular scene from the very first glance. The lake's surface has an emerald hue that changes with the sunlight, reflecting the snow-covered peaks that stand year-round. In summer, visitors can row boats, go fishing, or simply sit by the shore, enjoying the fresh air, while in winter, it turns into a paradise for ice skating and skiing. Oeschinensee is also a favorite destination for trekking enthusiasts. Trails around the lake lead hikers through forests, meadows, and up to higher points where panoramic views of majestic mountains appear like a watercolor painting. The simple alpine culture of the people in Kandersteg makes the experience even more authentic. The moment of sitting by Oeschinensee, watching the sunset paint the water purple, while the sound of cowbells echoes from afar, leaves visitors with a feeling that is both peaceful and awe-inspiring. Eiger is one of the three legendary peaks of the Bernese Alps, together with Mönch and Jungfrau, forming a majestic wall of mountains overlooking the Lauterbrunnen Valley. With an elevation of 3,967 meters, this mountain has long been a symbol of the Bernese Oberland and the dream of many climbers. The highlight of Eiger is its gigantic north face, Eiger Nordwand, rising nearly 1,800 meters, one of the steepest and most dangerous rock walls in Europe. The scenery is always overwhelming. In winter, the slopes are blanketed with snow, while in summer, the sunlight reveals every ridge and crack of the sheer cliffs, creating a beauty both fierce and grand. Today, visitors can reach Eiger via the Jungfraubahn Railway, which runs through the heart of the mountain and takes passengers up to Jungfraujoch, the top of Europe. From there, the panoramic view of the Aletsch Glacier and the mighty Alps unfolds right before their eyes. Eiger is renowned among mountaineers for the perilous attempts to conquer its north face. In 1938, a team of Austrian-German climbers achieved the first successful ascent after decades of failures, making Eiger one of the most iconic challenges in the world of mountaineering. Lavaux is a famous wine-growing region located on the northern shore of Lake Geneva, in the canton of Vaud. The scenery here is like a giant painting, terraced vineyards covering the hillsides, the deep blue lake below reflecting the sunlight, and in the distance, the grayish-blue outline of the Alps. In summer and autumn, the golden-green colors of the vine leaves make Lavaux shine brightly. The history of viticulture in Lavaux dates back to Roman times and flourished under the Benedictine and Cistercian monks during the Middle Ages. Small villages, ancient churches, and stone wine cellars still stand, telling the long story of a sustainable farming tradition. Today, Lavaux is a place where visitors can walk along vine-covered trails, taste the distinctive white Chasselas wine, and admire the views of both lake and mountains. This experience is both poetic and authentic, connecting visitors to the living heritage of the Vaud region. Montreux is a lakeside town on Lake Geneva in the canton of Vaud, known as the Jewel of the Swiss Riviera. Nestled between the deep blue lake and snow-capped mountains, Montreux enjoys a mild climate, warmer than many other parts of the Alps. The scenery here is captivating. Palm trees and colorful gardens line the promenade along the lake, while the mountains in the distance cast their reflection on the shimmering water. Each season brings its own beauty to Montreux, from the vibrant blossoms of spring to the golden romance of autumn. The town is famous for the Montreux Jazz Festival, one of the world's leading music events, attracting artists and visitors from across the globe. Beyond this, an artistic spirit fills its galleries, theaters, and year-round concerts. Montreux is also the starting point for exploring the Lavaux vineyards or enjoying a cogwheel train ride to Rocher-de-Naye. The combination of magnificent natural scenery, pleasant climate, and rich cultural life makes Montreux one of the most memorable stops along Lake Geneva. Brienz is a lakeside village located on the northern shore of Lake Brienz in the canton of Bern. With its beautiful location, Brienz is surrounded by turquoise waters and rolling mountain ranges, offering a landscape that is both peaceful and romantic. It is also the gateway to the Bernese Oberland, attracting many visitors seeking relaxation. The climate here is mild. In summer, it is cool, ideal for cruising or kayaking on the lake, while in winter, the snowy slopes create a charmingly contrasting scenery. From Brienz, visitors can easily watch the sunrise, reflecting on the still waters of the lake, an unforgettable moment. The village is notable for its traditional wooden houses, balconies full of geraniums, and narrow cobblestone streets. Its slow pace of life and poetic surroundings provide a sense of closeness, very different from the bustling atmosphere of nearby Interlaken. Brienz is also known as the wood-carving capital of Switzerland. The village has a long-established wood-carving school and the Ballenberg Museum, which showcases traditional architecture and mountain crafts. This tradition has made Brienz a unique cultural center where art and nature blend harmoniously. The Aletsch Glacier is the largest glacier in the Alps, located in the canton of Valais. The scenery here is both majestic and harsh. Gigantic white ice flows stretch across the valley, winding between towering mountain walls. In summer, sunlight creates countless shades of blue and white, making the massive glacier sparkle like crystal. This glacier is the source of the Rhone River, with its meltwater nourishing many valleys and plains below. Around Aletsch, a rich alpine ecosystem still thrives. Pine forests, meadows, and mountain animals adapted to the cold environment. The Aletsch Glacier was formed tens of thousands of years ago and continues to move slowly each day. The melting process in recent decades has also made it an important site for research, providing valuable data on global climate change. Brienz is an ancient village in the Val d'Anniviers Valley in the canton of Valais, located at an altitude of about 1,600 meters. The village stands out with its dark wooden houses, steep roofs covered in bright red geraniums in summer, while in winter, snow transforms the entire scene into a fairy tale landscape. The surroundings of high mountains, pine forests, and trails leading to alpine peaks make it an ideal destination for trekking. Nature around Graubünden changes with the seasons. In spring, the valley is filled with wildflowers. In autumn, it glows with vibrant shades of orange and gold. And in winter, it becomes a paradise for skiing. This variety ensures a unique experience each time one returns. Graubünden also preserves long-standing traditions with its ancient wine cellars and the distinctive ice wine vin du glacier, the traditional method of storing wine where it is transferred from barrel to barrel over generations makes this place a unique destination, blending culinary heritage with mountain scenery. Lucerne is the capital of the canton of Valais, located in the heart of the Rhone Valley. The landscape of Sion is highlighted by two prominent hills, crowned by Tourbillon Castle and Valais Basilica. From afar, the two medieval structures facing each other seem to guard the entire valley, creating one of the most striking views in the Valais region. Below, the old town with its narrow cobblestone streets, small squares, and outdoor cafes offers a welcoming atmosphere, mixing modern life with traces of the medieval past. The sunny slopes around Sion are also famous for vineyards stretching along the mountainsides. Sion is also home to a rare treasure, the Valais organ, dating back to the 15th century, considered the oldest organ in the world, still in operation. Its sound resonating inside the ancient church makes Sion a destination that is both historic and artistically unique. Soglio is a small village in the Bavona Valley, in the canton of Ticino. It is famous for its pristine scenery, almost untouched by modernization, with ancient stone houses nestled among remote forests and mountains. The main attraction of Soglio is the waterfall that drops more than 100 meters right next to the village. The sound of the falling water blends with the ringing of cowbells and the mountain wind, creating a scene both majestic and lyrical, allowing visitors to truly feel the power and stillness of nature. The village preserves its traditions through granite architecture, slate roofs, and winding narrow streets. Life here reflects how the people of Ticino once coped with the harsh conditions of the mountains. Soglio attracts those seeking an authentic experience, hiking through the Bavona Valley, stopping to enjoy local cuisine in a small inn, and feeling the harmony between ancient culture and wild nature. Bern, the capital of Switzerland, nestles along the winding Ache River and is surrounded by the green mountains of the Bernese Oberland. With more than 130,000 people, the city is not only the political center, but also the cultural heart, blending ancient traditions with modern life. Upon entering Bern, visitors are immediately impressed by the Old Town, recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. Rows of red-roofed houses, kilometers-long stone arcades, decorative fountains, and the 13th-century Zittglogge clock tower create a scene that is both classical and charming. Strolling along the Ahr River at sunset, watching the city's symbolic bears in the Bear Park, or enjoying a weekend market, visitors can feel the rhythm of life that is both simple and elegant. Bern offers the impression of a rare, peaceful capital in Europe, leaving behind a sense of warmth and charm. Lauterbrunnen is a stunning valley in the canton of Bern, surrounded by steep cliffs and lush green meadows. At an altitude of about 800 meters, the village of Lauterbrunnen lies at the very heart of the valley, making it an ideal starting point to explore the famous Jungfrau region. This place is famous for its system of 72 waterfalls, among which Staubach Falls, with a drop of more than 290 meters straight from the cliff, creates a spectacular sight. In spring and summer, melting snow makes the waterfalls stronger, while in winter, the valley is covered in a quiet, thick layer of snow. The small village with alpine wooden houses, an old church, and colorful gardens offers a sense of peace. the lives of the residents are closely tied to farming, tourism, and winter activities, keeping Lauterbrunnen both authentic and lively. The name Lauterbrunnen means many clear springs, first recorded in the 13th century. The valley also inspired J.R.R. Tolkien when he created Rivendell in The Lord of the Rings, giving Lauterbrunnen not only natural beauty, but also a literary legacy. Corippo lies in the Vazasca Valley in the canton of Ticino and is known as the smallest village in Switzerland with only a few dozen residents. Despite its modest size, Corippo holds a special value as a living museum of mountain architecture and lifestyle. The village is marked by its tiny grey granite houses with slate roofs, clustered closely together on the hillside. This rustic landscape reflects the harsh life of past generations of farmers, bound to the land and surrounding forests. The atmosphere in Corippo is very quiet, almost cut off from the outside world. Narrow stone-paved alleys, a small square, and an old church recall the image of a medieval rural community hardly touched by modernization. Today, to preserve this unique heritage, Corippo has been transformed into a village hotel. The old houses have been renovated into guest rooms, allowing visitors to experience authentic life in a historic setting, while keeping the village alive as a living testimony of traditional Ticino. Lake Lugano, also known as Lago di Lugano, lies between Switzerland and Italy and is the emerald jewel of the Ticino region. With its winding shape and branches reaching into the valleys, this vast body of water has long symbolized the beauty of cross-border harmony. The scenery of the lake has a Mediterranean flavor rarely seen in Switzerland. Turquoise waters, shores lined with palm and olive trees, while in the distance, rugged mountains cast their reflections onto the water. At sunset, golden light dances on the surface, turning the entire scene into something romantic and magical. It is not only nature that draws attention. The shores are dotted with charming villages with old houses, narrow alleys, and stone-paved squares. The culture here is a blend of Italian and Swiss influences, visible in the architecture, cuisine, and relaxed way of life. Lake Lugano also offers countless experiences: boat cruises across the water, lakeside walks, or simply sitting at a cafe enjoying the view. The combination of natural beauty and Mediterranean atmosphere makes it one of the most enchanting lakes in Europe. Gruyère, the hilltop town in the canton of Fribourg, stands out from afar with its picture-perfect medieval charm. Instead of bustling noise, it conveys a sense of intimacy, making visitors feel as if they've stepped into a true fairy tale village. Walking through the stone gate, you'll find a small yet lively world. Cafes, artisan bakeries, and souvenir shops create a welcoming atmosphere where locals and visitors can easily share warm conversations. Gruyère also carries a distinctive artistic mark. Beyond traditional painting and sculpture, it is home to the H.R. Giger Museum, dedicated to the famed artist who designed for the film Alien, offering a surprising experience within its medieval backdrop. The culinary spirit is ever present, and not just in cheese. Local restaurants highlight Fribourg wines and the dessert of meringue with Gruyère double cream, a sweet flavor that perfectly completes the journey of discovery. Nestled in the Bernese Oberland range of Switzerland, Grindelwald is a small village in the canton of Bern, surrounded by magnificent peaks such as the Eiger, Monch, and Jungfrau. This is a famous destination in the Jungfrau region, attracting visitors with both its breathtaking scenery and its authentic alpine atmosphere. Nature here changes with the seasons. Summer is lush with meadows and wildflowers, while winter is covered with snow, as if painted in a picture. Emerald glaciers and sheer cliffs create a setting that is both dramatic and romantic, making Grindelwald a paradise for nature lovers and photographers. What makes Grindelwald special is its perfect balance. During the day, it is a center for hiking, skiing, and exploration, while at night, it offers peace in the valley. That is its unique character, adventurous yet poetic. Saas-Fee lies at the end of the Saastal Valley, surrounded by 13 peaks, rising over 4,000 meters. The climate of Saas-Fee is special due to the surrounding glaciers. In summer, visitors can still find snow and enjoy skiing at higher altitudes, while in the village below, the air is fresh and sunlight warms the wooden rooftops. This contrast makes Saas-Fee both eternally icy and gently welcoming. The village maintains its tranquility through a car-free policy. Narrow cobblestone streets, traditional wooden chalets, and a slow-paced lifestyle evoke a classic atmosphere, while still offering modern comforts for international travelers. A special experience in Saas-Fee is the revolving Alaline restaurant at an altitude of 3,500 meters. It is not only a place to enjoy alpine cuisine, but also a panoramic viewpoint with a 360-degree view of mountains and glaciers, bringing a sense of both adventure and romance. Creux du Vin is a natural wonder located on the border between the cantons of Neuchâtel and Vaud. It is a massive limestone amphitheater in the shape of a half-moon, with a diameter of nearly 1.4 kilometers and cliffs rising up to 160 meters, often described as a rock arena in the heart of the Jura. The landscape here is breathtaking, with sheer cliffs encircling the lush green valley below. In spring and summer, fresh grass, wildflowers, and oak forests cover the slopes, while in winter, fog and snow transform Creux du Vin into a mystical world. This area is also home to a wide range of wildlife, from ibex and wild goats to foxes and eagles. The combination of majestic limestone formations and rich ecosystems makes Creux du Vin a paradise for nature lovers. Creux du Vin was formed over tens of thousands of years by glaciers and natural erosion of the limestone, leaving behind the enormous geological structure seen today. Visitors can hike along trails leading to the summit, where panoramic views of the Jura and even the distant Alps unfold. Soglio is a small village in the Bregaglia Valley in Graubünden, perched high on a mountain slope. Thanks to its special location, the village opens onto majestic views of the Chiora and Bondasca ranges, earning it the nickname the Gateway to Paradise. The landscape of Soglio is more poetic than dramatic. 16th-century stone houses with grey-tiled roofs, together with narrow cobblestone alleys, create an atmosphere of antiquity. In summer, radiant rose gardens bloom along the paths, giving the village a rare romantic charm for a mountain region. Unlike bustling tourist towns, Soglio maintains a slow pace of life. The residents here continue traditional crafts and preserve the Bragaglia culture closely tied to the land and surrounding scenery. A highlight of Soglio is the Palazzo Salis, a 17th century noble residence that today is both a hotel and a small museum. This building preserves many historical artifacts, reflecting Soglio's important role in the trade and cultural networks across the Alps. Rheinau is a small town on the banks of the Rhine River, near the border with Germany. Although not large in size, Rheinau stands out with its picturesque scenery. The river winds around, forming a natural peninsula that embraces the village. Impressive highlight of Rheinau is the Benedictine monastery, founded in the 8th century. The magnificent Baroque complex, with its white buildings, red-tiled roofs, and towering bell towers reflected in the Rhine, creates an atmosphere both sacred and majestic. Rheinau is also closely tied to local wine culture. The vineyards here are famous for their native grape varieties, and Rheinau wine is often regarded as a small pride of the Zurich region, adding to the unique identity of this riverside town. Lausanne, the capital of the canton of Vaud, is located on the northern shore of Lake Geneva. Lausanne is known as the Olympic capital because the headquarters of the International Olympic Committee is located here. The lakeside parks and the Olympic Museum bring a youthful, athletic atmosphere, while the city center blends Gothic architecture, bustling squares, and lively shopping streets. The most outstanding landmark is Lausanne Cathedral from the 13th century, the largest Gothic architectural masterpiece in Switzerland, with its tall bell tower and magnificent stained glass windows. Wandering the old town around the cathedral, visitors will discover small cafes, local markets, and street performers. Along the lake shore, the Auchi district exudes Mediterranean charm, with palm trees, waterfront promenades, and boat cruises exploring Lake Geneva. The combination of natural scenery, historical culture, and modern lifestyle makes Lausanne an unforgettable destination in Vaud. Zermatt is a famous mountain town in the canton of Valais, located at an altitude of more than 1,600 meters in the Matter Valley. It is one of Switzerland's top destinations, especially thanks to its traditional car-free policy, which helps the town preserve a clean and tranquil atmosphere. Surrounding Zermatt are towering mountains that create breathtaking, natural scenery. In summer, visitors wander along trekking trails filled with wildflowers. In winter, snow transforms the area into a paradise for skiing and adventure sports. The town still preserves its alpine cultural identity with old wooden houses, a small church, and a museum that tells the history of mountaineering in Valais. Winter festivals and traditional cuisine add a unique yet familiar atmosphere. Walking along the cobblestone streets, visitors can admire the mountain views while enjoying the flavors of the highlands, experiencing the harmony between modern tourism and the living heritage of an ancient mountain town.